4 students. How are you? Are you ready to study today? And so, if you're ready, welcome to our science class again. Today is lesson 47 about the shapes of the moon. In your textbook, it's pages 200 to 205. And then we'll have some review. We did it last time about this very simple activity, just drawing. And I enjoyed looking at your drawing about the changes in the shape of the moon. Congratulations! You did a good job. But today, again, let's go more into detail about the shapes of the moon. All right? Then, on page 200 of your book, we see in here, when we observe the moon in the sky, we can see that its shape is different each night. However, the change in its shape repeats the same way every month. So why is the shape of the moon different each night? Well, let's do this activity of the shapes of the moon. Then our objective is to create a model explaining the changes in the shape of the moon. And number 2, to be able to predict the shape of the moon. Predict means to tell ahead of time. Problem: is the shape of the moon different each night? Well, the hypothesis is negative. You say the shape of the moon is not different each night. Now, what to prepare? A box of colored pencils. And then number 2, a flashlight. Number 3, a plastic ball with a wooden stick stuck into it. And number 4, a felt tip pin. And number 5, 4 sheets of 4 by 4 inch card. Well, let's do it if it is available to you. All right, step by step. Number 1, work in pairs. Well, we are not in the classroom now. Let's modify it a bit. Guess the shape of the moon each night and draw a picture in table 1. Okay, next is table 1. And the number 2, prove what you have guessed about the shape of the moon by observing the moon from the same spot for 4 times. Each time must be done every 3 nights. I'm not sure if you can do this. Well, then draw and color pictures to show the shapes of the moon you have observed in table 1. You know, table 1 is on page 202. All right, then next. Number 3, discuss the shapes of the moon that you have observed. Then sum it up together and record the data. This is the one that you're going to write it here. Okay? And then use a model and follow these steps to experiment on changes in the shape of the moon. Like number 1, let the first student hold a flashlight. Look at that one. Look at that one. All right? And the student 2, hold a plastic ball with a wooden stick stuck into it. And number 2, any of the pair writes down the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 on each card. Right? Then place card 1 at the front, card 2 on the left, card 3 at the back, and card 4 on the right of the second student. The number 3, the second student raises the plastic ball to the front and slightly above his or her head. The first student stands facing the second student at a distance of 1 meter. Number 4, turn the lights in the classroom off, or in your room. You don't have classroom right now. The first student points the flashlight to the plastic ball. The second student observes how the light falls on the plastic ball from his or her view and records the data in table 2. Here is table 2 on page 203. Alright? Then number 5, the second student slowly turns toward the spots where cards 2, 3, 4 are at, respectively. Then back to card 1 again. While doing this, he or she must hold up the plastic ball in the same posture at all times. Observe how the light falls on the plastic ball in its turn from his or her view and record the data. Number 5 here, discuss the results and sum up the changes in the shape of the moon together. Then present your findings to the class. Here are the 2 tables on page 202. Record right here. Time, shape that guessed, shape that you saw. You're going to draw in here. Alright? And 203, this is the second table. You're going to here write some of your observation in the changes of the shape of the moon from a model, like turning spot of the student 2. Alright? Okay? So you can write a picture, draw the picture here of the ball from a view. Well, you don't worry if you cannot exactly follow this. The important thing is you sum it up and learn. This is the most important thing. We learn that as the moon travels around the earth also spins around itself and travels around the sun. At the same time, this makes the moon, the earth, and the sun be at a different spots. It's night. So on some nights, we can see a full moon, half moon, crescent moon. Remember the 3 words here? Full, half, crescent moon. Or it can even be invisible. For you to be able to answer this, I want you to study these 2 pages. There's a page 204. Look, the moon does not have its own light, but we can see it from the earth because it reflects light from the sun to the earth. When we observe the moon at night, we can see that it glows with a white or creamy yellow light. We can also look at it with the naked eye comfortably. Naked eye means without eyeglasses. Normally, we can see the moon at night, but sometimes we can see the moon in the daytime too. When we observe the moon from the same spot for many nights in a row, we can see that it slowly changes its shape because it spins around itself as it orbits the earth in a counterclockwise direction. So people on earth can see the reflected light from the moon differently each night. That is why there is like a full moon, there is a half moon, and there is this crescent moon. And it is a new moon, like very little, maybe you don't see it, not so clear. And so, if we start observing the moon on a new moon night, we can see that the shape of the moon will turn crescent on the following night and grow bigger each night. After it turns into a full moon, it will get smaller each night until it is invisible. Invisible, you cannot see anymore. Or return to the new moon phase again. The changes in the shape of the moon are the same every month. Look at that one. I want you to look at the changes of the shape of the moon through the cycle of the moon in 1 month. Like first day, second day, third day. Look at that. Until 7, until 8, until 15, 16, 23, and then at the end. See, it goes back to this shape from that shape. All right? Okay? And I want you to post your answers below. And then see you next time. Bye bye.